Welcome back to the Bowtie Breakdown. I'm your favorite Rhode Island realtor, Garry Morin, the Bowtie Guy, here to help you navigate the ever-changing world of real estate. Today, we're tackling a big update that could impact anyone buying or selling a home in Rhode Island. A new law that changes what home inspectors are allowed to do during home inspections. This could seriously affect your home buying process, so let's break it all down. What's the big change? Starting January 30th, 2025, home inspectors in Rhode Island will no longer be allowed to open electrical panels or even use a simple outlet tester to check your home's electrical system. Instead, only licensed electricians will be allowed to do those tasks. Why does this matter? Well, during the home buying process, buyers typically have a 10-day window for home inspection. Home inspectors have always been able to open the panel and do a basic check to make sure the wiring looks safe and that your outlets work properly. This gave buyers some peace of mind before they made one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives. But now, if buyers want those checks done, they'll have to schedule a separate appointment with an electrician and pay for it out of pocket. And let's be honest, with everything else buyers have to juggle in that short 10-day window period, this could be a challenge. Why was this law passed? Well, the official reason? Safety concerns. The argument is that opening electrical panels and testing wiring can be risky if you're not a licensed electrician. But here's where things get tricky. The Rhode Island Association of Realtors actually opposed this law because they were worried about some unintended consequences. For one, adding more steps and costs to the inspection process might cause some buyers to skip these electrical checks altogether. I mean, think about it. If you're tight on time and money, you might decide not to bother with an electrician, but that could leave you vulnerable to costly electrical issues after closing. Another concern is conflict of interest. Home inspectors are prohibited from fixing issues they find during an inspection. This rule exists to protect buyers from any shady practices. After all, you don't want someone pointing out problems just to come back and make a quick buck fixing them, do you? But electricians, they don't have the same restrictions. An electrician could open your panel, find an issue, and offer to fix it right there on the spot. Now, most electricians are honest, hard-working professionals, but this change could create a situation where buyers feel pressured to approve repairs that might not be necessary. So what does this mean for buyers? Well, if you're planning to buy a home in Rhode Island, here's what you need to do. Number one, plan for extra time. You'll need to schedule an electrician during your 10-day inspection window. So make sure your timeline allows for that. Number two, budget for extra costs. Electricians charge more than home inspectors for these types of checks, so be prepared for that added expense. Number three, don't skip the electrical inspection. It might be tempting to skip it to save time or money, but that's just a big risk. Electrical issues can be costly and dangerous if left unchecked. So what does this mean for sellers? Well, for sellers, this new law means you should be proactive about your home's electrical system. First, maybe consider having an electrician check your panel before you list your home. That way you can fix any issues up front and avoid surprises during the inspection period. Two, maybe work with your realtor and educate buyers. Many buyers might not know about this new law, so make sure your listing agent is prepared to explain the change and how it affects the home buying process. There are penalties for violating this law. If you're thinking, well, can't my home inspector just ignore this law? Think again. The penalty for violating this new rule is a hefty $1,500 fine for the first offense. So it's important that home inspectors, buyers, and sellers all stay on the same page and follow the new guide. The good news is that the Rhode Island Association of Realtors is actually pushing to get this law revisited before it takes effect. They've raised concerns about the burden this places on buyers and the potential for unintended consequences. So we'll have to wait and see if any changes are made before January 30th. So at the end of the day, this new law is all about safety, but it does add some challenges to the home buying process. If you're buying a home in Rhode Island, make sure you plan ahead and don't skip those electrical checks. And if you're selling, work with your realtor to make sure your home is ready to go before it hits the market. That's it for today's Bowtie Breakdown. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who's thinking about buying or selling a home in Rhode Island in this coming year. As always, stay informed, stay confident, and keep it classy with a bow tie. I'm Garry Morin, the Bowtie Guy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.